Operator, can you please connect me with OTR Halloween Holidays? I don't want to miss this episode of the Ghoulie Show.
Now, the Roma Wine Company of Fresno, California presents... Suspense. Tonight, Roma Wines bring you Short Order, a suspense play produced, edited, and directed for Roma Wines by William Spear. Suspense, radio's outstanding theater of thrills, is presented for your enjoyment by Roma Wines. That's R-O-M-A. Roma Wines, those excellent California wines that can add so much pleasantness to the way you live, to your happiness in entertaining guests, to your enjoyment of everyday meals. Yes, right now a glassful would be very pleasant, as Roma Wines bring you Short Order, a remarkable tale of suspense.
Thank you very much. Come back. Bailey's Diner. Oh, this is Mr. Bailey speaking. Oh, I'm sorry. You're just a little late on that. Well, I hired a fry cook day before yesterday. I'm sorry I forgot to tell the newspaper to stop running that ad until this morning. I got a good man. No, one man's all I need. Just got a small place here. That's all right. Bye. You see that, Johnson? You better keep on your toes.
Oh,
Plenty of
Mr.
people
Bailey.
after your job. If you're not careful, you know, something might...
Well, what's the matter? Don't you want to take my money?
What? Oh, sure. Yes, of course, sir. 75 out of 1. 5, 1. Thank you.
Okay.
Hey, Johnson. Johnson, good Lord, did you see that man's face?
Yeah, you're telling me.
It's enough to haunt your dreams.
Kind of made you nervous, didn't he, Mr. Bailey?
Well, after all, it's kind of a shock to look up and see you.
Yeah, I noticed you hung kind of close to that gun you keep under the cash register.
Oh, did I? Automatic reflex, I guess. Oh, the poor guy. I ought to be ashamed. Probably got that way in an explosion accident or something, you know.
Yeah, looks like a plastic surgery job. Only some doctor like Frankenstein must have done the surgery.
Yeah.
Well, here you are. Enjoy this.
Oh, thank you. Come back.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. He liked your cooking, too, Johnson. 2 deluxe sandwiches, 2 coffees. You know, that's not bad.
Right.
Seems to me business has been picking up ever since you started working here. Just thought you'd like to know.
Thanks a lot.
You like this work, Johnson?
Yeah, it'll do. The hours kind of get me sometimes, and when the rush hour starts in half an hour, I can't pretend I'll be liking it. But it's all right.
Sure. Well, someday you'll have a place of your own. Be your own boss. Never get anywhere working for someone else, you know.
Well, I'm doing okay now, Mr. Bailey.
Yeah. You'll never go hungry for lack of a job. You're too good a cook. But your own business. Now, you take me. I'm doing well, even if I do say so. People come here to eat. All right, I see that they get 'em. Yeah, it makes you feel pretty good having your own place. Makes the saving and scraping seem sort of worthwhile.
You seem to get the business. Well, of course, you got a terrific location.
Well, this place has a name that means something. At least I think it has. As a matter of fact, there was a man in here trying to buy it just last week.
That's so?
That's right. Real estate agent. His name was Sloan. He had a customer.
Who's this customer?
Oh, I don't know. But I told him I didn't want to sell. Oh, here, how about opening that refrigerator door for me, will you?
Okay.
Thanks. No, I'm not going to sell. Couldn't afford to. I'm not in a position to retire. The way things are, it'd be too hard to start up somewhere else. Uh-oh, well, here we go again. Good evening.
Evening.
Yes, sir. What'll it be?
Special, I reckon.
Right.
Coffee.
Oh, good evening, sir. Is it still chilly out?
Oh, yeah, a little. Thought some of your chili would warm me up. Get it?
I get it, yeah.
Chili, coming up.
All right. Bailey's place. Oh, Virginia, what's... What? What? All the windows? Well, who could possibly... Well, where were you? Well, now, why would anyone want... Oh, no, none of those kids would do a thing like that. They're nice kids. Yeah, hoodlums, I guess. Well, I don't know what you can do. Got no witnesses or anything? You sure it was rocks, huh? Well, I guess there's nothing you can do. Well, I wish I could, too, but I got to stay here. All right, dear. Yes, all right. Goodbye.
Bad news, Mr. Bailey?
Darndest thing. Hoodlums or something. They just broke every window in my house. I don't know what to think
Hey,
of.
Bailey, this a new kind of bread you got here? Better than usual.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah.
Well, it costs a little more. Oh, good evening.
Hello?
Good Lord.
Yes, yes, sir. What'll it be?
Hamburger and coffee.
Right. How do you have the hamburger?
Well done.
Cream in the coffee?
No. Black.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Bailey, come here a minute.
Oh, yes. Pardon me, will you, please?
Hey, did you see the face on that fella that came in a minute ago?
Yes, I did. It's pretty bad, isn't it?
Bad, I'll say. Boy, I can stand a lot of things, but that gets me. Well, I've left half my meal on my plate. I was enjoying myself until that came in and sat over there. Then I didn't want anything more.
Oh, that's too bad. Oh, look, don't pay. Don't.
No, it's not your fault. Maybe mine. Gee, how do you suppose he got that way?
Oh, a burn, perhaps, or maybe some other kind of accident. I wouldn't know.
Oh, boy, that's the worst I ever saw.
It's too bad, whatever happened.
Sure. Well, yeah, too bad.
Yes, it is.
Ketchup.
Okay. Here you are.
What? This little paper cup, where's the bottle?
Sorry, but ketchup's hard to get. That's all we can serve anybody.
Oh, profiteers.
Will there be anything more?
No.
Okay. Your check and pay at the desk. Thank you. Hey, Mr. Bailey,
Yes, Johnson.
how's your luck?
Well, sometimes good, sometimes bad. Why?
The way I figure, somebody around here is sure gonna need plenty of luck.
Why?
I don't know. I just got a feeling. If that isn't bad luck for somebody sitting back there at the counter, I'll eat this grill here. And I never saw a recipe for making a steel grill tender. We better order some more pork tomorrow, Mr. Bailey.
Well, running low, are we, Johnson?
Yeah, a little. If they keep hitting our barbecues the way they have so far this evening, I'm sure we'll be needing it.
All right, I'll make a note of it.
Yeah, lucky we got any unspoiled meat left after that guy was in here twice yesterday. I thought the milk had sour. Bingo. Just like that when he looked at it. Yeah, but it didn't.
Ah, Johnson, you shouldn't talk like that. He can't help it. You know he can't. We should feel sorry for him, not joke about it like that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, sure. You gotta have sympathy for a guy like that. Just the same, I hate to look at it.
I guess we'll have to look at it some more. I think he's coming up to the door now. Good evening.
Hello?
Yes, sir. What'll it be?
Hamburger and coffee. Make the coffee black.
Right.
Make that hamburger well done.
Okay.
Oh, good evening.
Evening.
Yes, sir. What for you?
Why, I'll have, Holy.
How's that?
Huh? Nothing. Nothing at all. In fact, I don't think I want anything. I just remembered an appointment. Just forget it.
Oh, what do you know? Your hamburger, mister. And your coffee.
Ketchup, please.
Okay.
Still no bottle?
No bottle. Sorry.
Here. You go buy an extra bottle. Put it back on the shelf just for me.
You gonna eat here some more?
Yeah. I like this place. Go on, take that and see that you get some good ketchup, too.
Oh, it ain't that, mister. It ain't the money. You can't buy the stuff when they don't stock it. Well, you better ask Mr. Bailey. Mr. Bailey!
Oh, yes, Johnson?
Oh, you tell him.
I just gave your man some money to buy a bottle of ketchup. But he doesn't want to take it.
Well, you see, sir, it's not that we can't afford to buy ketchup. No, indeed, we want to please the customer. Something a lot of people seem to have forgotten how to do nowadays, but ketchup's very hard to get just now, and we have to ask our customers to bear with us. No, you keep your money.
I like plenty of ketchup. Nothing like ketchup, I always say.
Well, there ought to be enough in that paper cup. Won't that do you?
Well, not quite. Any chance of a refill?
I'm afraid that's all we can allow.
Gentleman says he's gonna eat here regular.
What?
I said that...
Oh, just a moment. Good evening.
Hello there.
Could I do something for you?
Well, I sort of thought Oh, no. No, thanks. No.
Well,
We hadn't finished our discussion.
Yeah. As I was saying, Mr. Bailey, it looks like we got ourselves a regular customer.
Three evenings now that he's been eating here, Johnson, and I wish you'd take a look at the figures. Take last night. Ordinarily, there'd be $10 to $20 worth of business just between 6 to 6:30 alone. From 6 to 10, how much? $1.35.
Yeah, I know. Some of them won't even order. Some of them take a few bites and quit.
At least it's not the food. We can be thankful for that. Hey, tell me, Johnson, how can you stand it over there in front of him all the time?
Oh, mostly I keep looking someplace else. That's why I took down the mirror. For a while, I thought I'd just work along and not look at him. But I couldn't help looking in the mirror every now and then. So I think maybe the customers could stand it better without the glass, too.
If they get to the sitting down stage.
Yeah, if they do. Well, anyway, I took it down.
It might help if you didn't get up every now and then and walk over to the door to look out. People can't help seeing him then.
Yeah. Takes them a long time to eat, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Hey, say, I've got an idea.
What's that?
Look, when he comes in... Evening.
Hello?
Yes, sir?
The usual.
Right.
Oh, by the way, Mr. What's your name? Yeah. Well, as I was saying, neighbor, we make a practice here for our special customers. Not just anybody, mind you, but for our special customers of sending meals out. Now, I was thinking, since you've become one of our regular customers, that perhaps you'd appreciate it if I'd send your evening meal over to you every day at your room. How does that strike you?
No. Thanks. Rather eat here.
But we don't have any comfortable chairs. There's no jukebox, no radio.
That's okay. Don't miss him anyway.
It's not very comfortable. A lot of food odor in the air. You know, sometimes I get sick of it myself.
I like it. Not too many people around. Nice place. Suits me.
Oh, then you're not interested.
That's the idea.
Hamburger and coffee.
How about...
Yeah, the ketchup. Here it is.
Good. Nothing like ketchup, I always say. By the way...
Yeah?
Look for me about noon tomorrow. I think I'll be taking lunch with you from now on. Every day.
For Suspense, Roma Wines are bringing you a cast of Hollywood's outstanding radio actors in Short Order by John F. Suter. Roma Wines' presentation tonight in radio's outstanding theater of thrills,
Suspense.
Between the acts of Suspense, this is Ted Myers for Roma Wines. Elsa Maxwell is an acknowledged expert on the niceties of dining and entertaining. Recently, she said, "Gracious little touches can do so much to make meals more enjoyable. Dine by subdued light. If possible, adjust radio or phonograph for soft, mellow music. And as the crowning touch, serve well-chilled Roma California Sauterne." A most excellent idea from Miss Maxwell. Good Roma Sauterne is pale gold, delightful in bouquet, and even more important, exquisite in taste. Created in the Roma tradition, Roma Sauterne is always unvaryingly good. The goodness of luscious grapes selected at peak of flavor richness in sunny California's choicest vineyards, carefully pressed, then unhurriedly guided to perfection by the ancient wine skill of Roma's famed wineries. Good Roma wines are always delicious, yet cost only pennies a glass. Remember, because of uniformly fine quality at reasonable cost, more Americans enjoy Roma than any other wine. Roma, Roma Wines. And now, Roma Wines bring back to our Hollywood soundstage Joseph Kearns as Bailey, Conrad Binion as his assistant Johnson, and Gerald Moore as the stranger in Short Order, a play well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Johnson, I'm at my wit's end. What are we going to do?
I don't know. I got no more ideas.
2 weeks now, and we're losing money every day.
I could cook it so he wouldn't want to eat it.
Well, you've tried that, haven't you?
Yeah, twice.
And it didn't work.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I don't know what we're going... Oh, just a minute, Johnson.
Okay. I'll check on the bun supply.
All right. Hello, Bailey's place. Oh, yeah. Yeah, dear. Huh? Oh, no. Well, you must have misplaced it, honey. Every place? Well, how much was in it? Oh, no. Well, what are we going to do for the rest of the week? But I can't, honey. I really can't. Why, about $3 or something? I don't know. Well, I don't... You know, it's just dropped off during the last week. Oh, no, he's fine. Now, don't say that, honey. There's nothing the matter with Johnson. And I'm not going to get a new cook. What? Well, I haven't told you, but... Well, why don't you cut down on a few things once in a while? Oh, Johnson, is there any aspirin back there?
Yeah, you want the bottle?
Yeah, my head's splitting.
Here it is.
Oh, thanks.
Here he is. Hey, now look, I got an idea. You back me up?
Well, what is it?
Well, I'll try it, and if you don't like it, don't say nothing.
Hello?
Like I say, Mr. Bailey, this kid was a pretty game fighter. He didn't have a thing but a hard left.
Mind if
Well-
I butt in? I'd like to eat.
You bring your lunch with you?
What's that?
If you brought your lunch, okay, lay it on the counter and eat it.
It'll be funny, Johnson. Bring me the usual.
I got other things to do.
What other things? I don't see any other customers. You want me to call the boss?
Look, mister, I don't like you, see? I'm tired of seeing you around. You go someplace else and eat.
We'll see about that. Hey, Bailey.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
This moron you call a cook says he won't serve me.
Yes?
Well, do something about it.
What do you want me to do?
Tell him to serve me, or else have him fired.
Johnson's a good cook. Good cooks are scarce nowadays.
What is this? Are you standing up for him?
I just told you, good cooks are hard to get.
What about customers?
Well, it's too bad, but
I see. Well, look, both of you. I came in here to get something to eat, and we're going to get it. If I have to sit here all night.
Suit yourself.
Yes. Oh, I'll get it. Bailey's place. Yes, dear, I am, but... What? Wrecked? Where? Were you in it? Were you hurt? Oh, in front of the house. Oh, I don't know what's happening, Virginia. It just seems every time... Well, of course, I'm glad you were in the house when... Well, how bad was it? Almost a complete wreck. Well, could they find out anything from the driver of the other car? Did he have any insurance? Oh, they never do they? Well, no, I'm all right, dear. I'm just almost out of my mind is all. It's getting so I'm afraid to answer the phone. Well, we'll just have to do without a car, that's all. Oh, I'm sorry, dear. Yeah. Well, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Mr. Bailey.
Yes?
Whoa, what's the matter, Mr. Bailey? Bad news?
Oh, wrecked my car right in front of my own house. Had no insurance, of course. No money to pay.
Oh, that's tough. Yes, sir, that's tough.
Him. Look at
Yeah,
him.
still sitting there, waiting.
I'll have to think of something. So now I can't seem to think at all.
Yeah, I'm stopped, too. Boy, you sure get the luck, don't you?
What's the matter? I never used to have luck like this. Just lately. Just since he started coming in here.
Yeah, could be. Looked like bad news right from the start to me.
There he sits. If we could get him out of here once and for all. Hey, wait a minute. You go to the door and see if Ryan's inside. If he is, call him in, will you?
All right, I wouldn't. Oh, okay. Right outside. Orion, would you come here a minute?
Okay.
Oh, Mr. Bailey wants to see you.
What can I do for you, Mr. Bailey?
See that man sitting at the counter, Ryan? I want him either arrested or thrown out of here. I don't care which.
That's so? Giving you trouble, is he? Hey, you. You
talking to me?
Nobody else. Come here.
What do you want?
Now, Mr. Bailey, what's the charge?
Well, making a nuisance of himself.
What's this? All I do is come in here to eat. I'm making a nuisance of myself. I don't get it.
Look at him, Ryan.
I am. Not very pretty, is he?
Officer, the law doesn't give you the right to criticize a man's face.
I'm sorry, mister. Hello, Mr. Bailey.
Every day he comes in here 2 or 3 times. I can't get anybody else to come near the place while he's here. He stays and stays. He drives all, most of my business away.
I have to eat, same as anybody else.
You do anything bad? Get tough, insult people, disturb the
Well,
peace?
no.
All I do is come in and eat.
Look, we reserve the right to refuse service to any customer.
Well, I don't know now, Mr. Bailey. That's all very well, but technically speaking...
What do you mean?
He means that even if you don't like it, you can't run me out if I mind my own business. He means you can't run me out if I ask you to serve me.
Well, how about that?
Well...
And if I ask for something to eat and offer you money for it, you gotta sell it to
Oh,
me.
no, I don't.
Oh, you'd better. Or I'll have you in court before you know it.
Afraid he's right about that, Mr. Bailey.
Well, all right.
Sorry I can't help you, Mr. Bailey. Is there anything else?
No, no.
I'll be getting on then. Night.
Well, how about it?
All right. Go sit down. Johnson, get him whatever he wants.
Okay.
I'm not going to answer it. I'm not...
Mr. Bailey, the phone, you busted
I
it.
don't care.
Mr. Bailey, put that gun down. What are you gonna do?
You see. Now, look here, you. I can be pushed just so far. Now, either you get out of this place and don't come back, or as sure as I'm standing here, I'm going to pull this trigger.
Go away. I'm hungry.
Did you hear what I said?
I hear you. Now go
Now,
away.
look, I'm going to count 3. 1,
Go away.
2, 3!
Coffee. Black.
I can't believe it. I shot you point blank. Good Lord!
Don't forget the ketchup, you.
Oh, no!
Well, you got the lay of the place now, Mr. Tanner. You figure on making any changes?
No. Bailey had a good thing here. Better leave it just the way it was. We'll hold the trade easier if we do.
How did he seem when the deal was closed?
I can't say. I'll let the lawyers handle everything.
He took a beating on the deal, or I don't know you.
No, not too much. I figure he recovered about 70% of his investment. He was lucky. I felt sorry for him.
You didn't talk to him at all, huh?
No. Didn't even see him.
You think he'd know you even without the makeup?
Maybe. No use taking any chances, huh?
Lucky I changed the bullets in that gun for blanks, or you'd be a dead pigeon.
Yeah, I'm glad I foresaw that possibility.
You might say I saved your life, huh?
You might. Don't worry, Johnson. You'll be taken care of.
I'm not worrying. I never had reason to yet, have I?
No. But just for your information, Johnson, we haven't committed any crime. We didn't take this place away from Bailey by force. We didn't swindle him. I paid money right on the line for it. Just remember that.
Oh, I will. Customer. What? Why, it's Mr. Bailey. Come right in.
Hello, Johnson.
Come on, have a seat. By the way, you know Mr. Tanner, don't you? He bought the place.
Oh, I never met him. Glad to know you.
A pleasure, Mr. Bailey.
You know, there's something familiar about you. Maybe I did meet you someplace.
I was in once or twice. Looked the place over before I had Sloan talk to you.
Oh, that's it. Well, how are you making out?
Just getting started. I'm sort of breaking Mr. Tanner in, you might say.
Hope you had better luck than I did. I was doing fine until this man started coming in. Johnson knows the man I mean. Bad luck in person. If he ever comes back, you just better close up and go home.
That's so?
Yes, that's right. Well, it's a wonder I have any mind left. Tell the truth, I'm not even sure I do.
Mr. Bailey, would you let me fix you something while you're in here?
Huh? Oh, no, thanks. I'm not hungry.
We got some good steak.
Oh, thanks, Johnson. Not even steak now.
Okay, you're the boss.
Boss? No, not anymore. But I would like to step behind the counter one last time just to sort of look around. Do you mind, Mr. Tanner?
Oh, come ahead.
Thanks. Well, you haven't changed anything, I see.
Not a thing. We intend to operate the same way you did. I think it'll pay.
Thanks for the compliment. But I hope you don't draw my luck.
How about some coffee, Mr. Bailey? You look tired.
Coffee? Well, that sounds like a good idea. I don't mind if I do.
Yours is cream and sugar, right?
No, thanks. Black this time. Say, this coffee is hot.
Yeah, I forgot to cut the burner back, and the whole tankful is plenty hot.
I'll have to let it cool. It's too hot for me. Well, just one last look. Things I won't be seeing for a while, I guess. Buns, butter pats, coffee cream. You know, it's funny how you miss things like these. Mustard, ketchup. Ketchup? Where did you get all this ketchup, Johnson?
Why,
I ordered those.
Ordered them. Well, so did I, but I never even got a look at a bottle of ketchup. You're lucky.
All in knowing how, I guess.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I rather like it myself, you know. Nothing like ketchup, I always say.
What was that?
I said I'm rather fond of ketchup.
Fond of ketchup. Ketchup. I think I know who you are now, Tanner. I think I know who you are. That face. Sure, that face. Makeup, wasn't it? That face. And Johnson had to be in on it with you, too, didn't he? Johnson helped you, didn't he, Tanner? He fixed the gun, didn't he? Well, didn't he, Tanner?
Now, Bailey, wait a minute. I can explain.
Now, you admit it. I'm telling the truth. Isn't that so, Tanner? Isn't that so?
Bailey! Hey, Bailey, stop! Hold him off, Mr. Tanner. I'll get a cop. Police, riot! Help! Police!
Coffee. You always take it black.
Quick! Mr. Tanner! Good Lord, the coffee! His face!
And then what is this? Oh, it's all right, Ryan. There's nothing wrong, Ryan. Nothing really wrong. That's not his real face, Ryan. He likes it that way. Don't let him fool you. What else do you want? Oh, yes, ketchup. Plenty of ketchup. Nothing like ketchup, I always say. Nothing like ketchup.
Roma Wines have brought you Short Order with Joseph Kearns, Conrad Binion, and Gerald Moore as stars of tonight's study in Suspense. Suspense is produced, edited, and directed by William Spear. This is Ted Myers with a word for Roma Wines, the sponsor of Suspense. During the warm weather, nothing tastes quite so good as a tall, frosty Roma wine and soda. And as Elsa Maxwell recently remarked, serving Roma wine and soda is smart 1945-style hospitality. You'll find this delightful iced drink as refreshing as it is delicious. Yes, and Roma wine and soda is so easy to prepare. Half-fill tall glasses with Roma, California Burgundy, or Sauterne. Add ice cubes and a bit of sugar. And for a decorative touch, garnish with cherries or fruit. And for a delightful aperitif, sip delicious Roma sweet vermouth, well chilled. Zestful, full-flavored Roma vermouth, both sweet and dry, is blended and developed with all the traditional winemaking skill of Roma wineries, is made and bottled in the heart of California's famous vineyards, yet surprisingly low-priced. Try Roma vermouth soon, won't you?
Next Thursday, you will hear Dane Clark as star of Suspense, radio's outstanding theater of thrills.
Presented by Roma Wines, R-O-M-A, made in California for enjoyment throughout the world. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
It's intermission time at the Baba Ghoulie Show. Time to refresh yourself and visit our snack bar. Got a yen for some hot popcorn? How's about your favorite soft drinks, which are sparkling cold? And there's all kinds of candy to tempt you. It's radio time, folks. Enjoy the rest of the program. Hope you're enjoying today's radio program. When it's done, be sure to check out our channel over at Watchwaddle. Enjoy some tunes with a nice cold soda. Hope you're enjoying today's Baba Ghoulie Show by OTR Halloween Holidays. And remember, if your radio has a record player, check out Watchwaddle's Greatest Hits. Nothing like some good old-fashioned spoofs and gags. Available on 16-speed record. Each one comes with a 45 adapter.
The Adventures of the Saint, starring Vincent Price. The Saint, based on characters created by Leslie Charteris and known to millions from books, magazines, and motion pictures. The Robin Hood of modern crime now comes transcribed to radio, starring Hollywood's brilliant and talented actor Vincent Price as the Saint.
Taxi! Taxi! Among men who know locomotion best, it's Louis, 3-1.
Hello, Louis.
Hi, Mr. Templar. Climb in.
Thank you.
And whither can I waft you this beautiful evening?
Whither can you waft me? Louis, what's wrong?
Something has to be wrong before I use a poetical type speech.
No, but
There's a law which says cab drivers can't use good English.
Well, no, but
So, whither can I waft you?
waft me to Spring Lake Road, if you please.
Spring Lake Road? I never heard of it. You've nothing better to do than go around making up new streets?
Louis, Spring Lake Road is in Westchester.
Good. Let it stay there.
Louis, I want to go there.
Why?
I've been invited to dinner by some friends.
The food tastes better in Westchester?
No, but my friends live there.
Okay.
Now, please don't sulk, Louis. Lots of people live in Westchester.
Lots of people are crazy.
Westchester happens to be a very lovely place.
Full of trees, ain't it?
The trees are attractive.
To who? Apes.
I'd better tell you how to go.
You don't have to tell me. I'll find it.
I know, but...
Listen, Mr. Templar, I'm a cab driver. Cab drivers never get lost.
Louis,
Don't say it.
we've just passed that oak tree on the left for the third time.
So it's an active tree.
I thought cab drivers never got lost
Somebody swiped all the street signs.
from the trees.
So I got lost. So I'll turn my badge in. So my wife will despise me. So my children will go through life ashamed of their old man. So I'll never...
Louis, it's 10 o'clock. My dinner invitation was for 8:30.
You'll never make it.
I don't doubt that, but I'm hungry. Next time you get to an eating place...
Don't say any more. Right up the road.
Oh, yeah, the Happy Hamburger. Ben Watton, proprietor. It doesn't look very happy.
What has it got to look happy about?
I meant the place itself.
So maybe it looks a little like if the wolf came around and huffed and puffed, you wouldn't have to strain a lung before it fell down. But food is food.
Yeah, except when it's a Happy Hamburger, perhaps. However...
Hey, that must be the wolf huffing or maybe puffing. Here he is.
Yeah, savage-looking animal, isn't he?
Some wolf.
Oh, the poor dog looks as if he hadn't eaten for a week.
Let's get into the joint before he mistakes me for a T-bone steak. Ooh, I must have hurt his feelings.
Happy Hamburger's not having a busy night.
What can I do for you?
We'd like some dinner.
Well, we're kind of closing.
But you haven't closed yet.
No, I guess we ain't. Set anywhere. I guess the missus will dish you up some food. I'll go tell her.
A very enthusiastic type host.
Never mind that. I hope they have a well-stocked larder. I hope it further occurs to me that they don't have to go out and catch that dog before they have a larder at all.
Stop hoping. A man could get seasick.
Of course, this place may be an undiscovered gourmet's delight, but I wouldn't bet on it. A gourmet who could have delighted in this place is still undiscovered. What do you think of Mrs. Lawton's cooking? Huh?
I don't want to think of it. I'm trying to eat it.
You finished with your dinner, fellas?
The dinner is more likely to finish up. Oh, how about dessert?
Well, we got blueberry pie and we got huckleberry pie.
What's the difference?
Huckleberry pie is a nickel more.
Why?
Harder to spell. Which will you have?
Apple pie.
Oh, man.
What's the matter, Louie?
Dinner.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. However, we won't starve to death while you try to find your way back. I beg your pardon?
That wasn't me. That was a tire.
Yeah, I was afraid it was.
I think maybe... Yeah.
Flat?
Flat.
Fine. We're back in front of that oak tree again.
You keep your eye on that oak, Mr. Templar, while I get the spare.
You want some help?
No, thanks. I can... Mr. Templar,
Yes, Louie.
come here.
Don't tell me you can't lift the spare all by yourself.
Oh, the spare I could lift, but there's something else. You see?
Yes.
A hitchhiker.
Man in his 40s, perhaps, dressed in farmer's clothing.
He must have died walking.
Terribly tired, Louie. He got dead.
Somebody shoots a guy, all right. Maybe you don't like him. But why does he have to stuff the corpse into the trunk of my cab?
I don't know. There were no papers of any kind on the body.
All right, so he's a total stranger. But why are we heading back to the Happy Hamburger?
Because that's where we must have acquired the corpse. It's the only place we stopped. And we're out of sight of the car. Unless he was already in the trunk before we left the city.
No, I checked the tires plus the spare before I picked you up.
Then it's the Happy Hamburger. The man was murdered fairly recently anyway.
How do you know?
Oh, no rigor mortis, body worn.
Never mind, you know. I'll stay a dope. Hey, Mr. Templar.
Yes, Louie?
What kind of a welcome you think we're going to get at the Hamburger?
It's hard to tell, except that it may not be a welcome at all.
Joint is dark. Looks like maybe they went out of business.
Yeah, there's a house behind the restaurant.
That's dark, too.
The Lawtons may have gone to bed. It's after 11.
It is very late. Maybe we should go to bed. Here comes the junior werewolf again.
Yeah, that animal should be fed.
But not by me. All the flesh I got, I need.
Come along, Louie.
Yeah, I'm coming. So is the hound of the basket.
Oh, he's not bothering us.
So far, he kept his teeth to himself. Suppose he decides to risk a few and see how we taste?
That's a chance we'll have to take. Well, here goes.
Don't look now, but our chum has left us again.
I couldn't be more pleased.
You know, if they're asleep, then they're going to love us with a great love.
And I'm not at the moment seeking affection.
Yeah,
Mrs. Lawton?
that's right.
My name is Simon Templar. This is Louie.
What do you want?
You cooked dinner for us a little while ago.
So I cooked dinner for you.
Well, since that time, we've had a little trouble. We Had a flat tire.
This ain't a garage.
I wasn't referring to the tire when I said trouble.
Why don't you say what you're referring to?
Well, I would rather your husband were here when I do.
He's asleep.
So he can be waked.
What for?
It's a matter of some importance.
You still ain't said anything.
The matter might be murder.
Murder?
That's right.
Come in. Wait in here. It's the parlor.
We shall.
Takes time to waken Mr. Lawton. He sleeps hard.
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid it's necessary.
That don't make it easier. Set. I'll get him up and dressed.
I think the word for her is gracious.
Very few women are at their best in the middle of the night, Louis.
That's what you think. Would you like...
No.
Okay. Hey, Mr. Templar, you figuring the deceased we got in the cab was put there by the Lawtons?
Not necessarily. They did have the opportunity, but so would anyone else who might have been around the place while we were having dinner.
Oh, stop complicating things. It's bad enough. This is some parlor.
Yes, I've seen cheerier places.
They got a radio, though. No television set.
Is that bad?
Well, Mr. Templar, what do you think of television?
I think of it as infrequently as I can. Mrs. Lawton is apparently having difficulty waking her husband.
From what we've seen of the guy, how can she tell when he's awake? Nine, 10, 11, 12. You know what happens at midnight?
What?
Ghosts take walks. Maybe our birds have flown the coop.
It's a possibility.
How can a bird fly a coop?
They're in here. In the parlor.
Mm-hmm. They can't fly a coop.
Hi.
Hello, Mr. Lawton. You didn't have to bother dressing for us.
I dress for myself.
And don't go tracking mud over the best rug. Set where you are.
I'll sit where I am. Wife tells me you're Mr. Templar.
I am.
She also tells me you got something to say about a murder.
I have.
Say it.
In a moment. Your wife and you own the Happy Hamburger?
You already know that.
I noticed quite some farmland behind the house. Yours?
Yeah,
You farm it yourself?
pretty much.
Does that pretty much mean you have help?
Sometimes. Hired hand named Webster.
Or why only sometimes?
Well, he up and quit this afternoon.
Well, that's too bad.
Oh, he'll be back as soon as he spends his money.
You might be wrong about that.
Always has before. What are you getting at?
Suppose we go outside to the cab, huh?
I don't mind. Come on, Emmy.
I'm right here.
What kind of a man is Webster?
Not much account. Works when he has to eat. Gets a full belly. Stops working.
A philosopher, perhaps. Ever have any quarrels with him?
Kind of nosy, ain't you, Mr. Templar?
Perhaps. But is there any reason why your husband should hesitate about answering that question?
No reason. No quarrels.
Fine. Louis,
Yeah?
please open the trunk compartment, will you?
Sure. In a second.
There's something I'd like to show you, Mr. Lawton.
Mr. Templar,
Yes, Louis?
if you were planning on surprising anybody, give up.
What do you mean?
Look. Looks like birds can fly coops, only I picked the wrong bird. We have mislaid our corpse, Mr. Templar.
So it would appear. Strange.
Say, how about letting us in on this?
Mr. Lawton, was your hired hand a man in the middle 40s with brown hair and eyes, of stocky build, a small scar under his left jawbone?
Yeah, that's Webster. You must have met him. What do you have to say for himself?
We met him, but he didn't have anything to say.
We didn't start out being the great loves of the Lawtons' life, but I hate to think what they must be thinking of us now.
I hate to think of the missing Mr. Webster.
Yeah, he didn't even say goodbye. Mr. Templar, what happened to him?
I don't know. Corpses rarely are the active type, but the late Mr. Webster may have been an exception.
Exceptions like that, I hope, stay away from me. We're in what could easily be an overgrown filling station.
Nonsense. Slow down, Louis. This is Exbrook.
Oh.
Town nearest the Happy Hamburger. Place seems to be shut up for the night.
They didn't take the sidewalks in, though. Hey, up ahead, the Gay White Way.
The drugstore, apparently still open. Let's stop there, Louis.
Okay. Front windows full of harnesses, fertilizer, and yard goods. How did you know it was a drugstore?
There's a large sign advertising ice cream sodas in front.
Oh, well, that explains it. We're thirsty?
Only for information. Come along.
Joint is crawling with juveniles. Now look at the jukebox.
Yeah, so it is. The waitress behind the fountain. It's too public.
The waitress?
The fountain.
Mr. Templar, I just noticed. Behind the cash register. This end. Look, kid.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Well, now put your eyes back in their sockets. She's dressed in gingham. She's wearing pigtails and big blue eyes.
She's merely the farmer's daughter, Louis.
Is that a fact? Hey, maybe she knows a joke.
Be still, Louis. She may be able to help us.
Is help the word you really had in mind?
Good evening, miss.
Hiya, Toots.
I beg your pardon?
So far, what for?
That farm ain't what it used to be.
Not to mention the farmer's daughter.
And who's the little stranger?
Who's the... Oh, that's Louis.
It's not bad either, but it looks married. Who are you?
I'm Simon Templar.
I'm Teddy, and what are you doing after I get through here?
Well,
You married?
No.
What a coincidence. I'm not married either.
Well, it happens all the time, but what I wanted
Store
was...
closes in half hour. Tell me then.
My dear Teddy, Look, what do you know about a man named Webster?
Dan Webster?
I imagine so.
Hired hand out to the Lawtons?
Yeah, that's the Dan Webster I had in mind.
He wears a private property, no trespassing sign on him.
Oh? Whose sign?
Mrs. Lawton's.
How does Mr. Lawton feel about that?
Mr. Lawton has never seen fit to whisper sweet nothings in my shell-like ears. Don't you think they're shell-like? My ears, I mean.
I hadn't noticed.
Stop wasting time and do some noticing.
Look, I'm almost old enough to be your father.
Maybe, but you're not my father.
Good evening, Teddy.
So far, it's a terrible evening. Where you going?
Louis and I have an errand to do.
My phone number is 137, in case.
In case of what?
Your errand is out of town. Goodbye.
Wow.
I'm afraid wow is exactly right.
Oh. You know, I'm coming to the conclusion they got something in these small towns up in Westchester.
What you mean they have is Teddy, and you're married, and we have an appointment.
Yeah. Where?
The Happy Hamburger.
You mean we're going to wake the Lawtons again?
I hope not.
Then what are we going out there for?
We're going to, trespass on very private property.
I ought to hang a sign with shuttle on it on my cab.
I don't imagine we're going to be coming out here again.
You're not breaking my heart. You know, every time we come out to the Happy Hamburger, it gets darker.
I think I'll coin a proverb.
It's too late.
It's always darker before it's lighter.
I don't think that'll catch on.
Happy Hamburger's up ahead. Louis, we have a problem.
Oh, thanks for letting me... What kind of a problem have we got?
We got to find a pond, a brook, or perhaps a lake.
You got a sudden desire to go swimming?
No, not swimming. You forget something, Louis.
I always forget something. What is it this time?
Ponds, brooks, or lakes create mud.
Oh, thanks a lot. Tonight, I don't need any mud. Call me hypersensitive. I just don't need any mud.
You better stop the car under these trees.
Okay.
You know, about that mud, I suspect you're mistaken.
That's because you got a suspicious nature. Besides...
Well, we've got to get started.
Hey, we're heading away from the house.
How true.
Why?
We're looking for...
I know.
And they rarely occur in houses.
Okay. Does this watery object you're looking for have to be any place in particular, or are we surveying Westchester County?
It has to be on the Lawtons' land.
Oh, well, that helps, yeah. Probably they got 139 acres. And in the dark, how are we going to search it? I understand hazel twigs don't work anymore. That hound without a home again. I hope he goes away.
Don't be silly, Louis. We'd want to meet up with him.
You'll do all the wanting by yourself. Why?
Because he's going to be a hazel twig.
Where he is?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, wait a minute. You mean he'll help us find water?
That's right.
Well, what is all this excitement about water anyway?
Among other things, Louis, water washes away blood.
No, I'll tell you a secret, Mr. Templar. I never liked hikes.
It can't be much longer. That dog is definitely leading us somewhere.
Sure. Probably to a bone he buried last month. I don't know.
He's done it.
Are you referring to the junior-sized lake?
That pond, yes.
Now what? Oh, fine. He went swimming. We gotta go swimming, too?
No, we can walk around the pond. We're at one end of it.
Yeah. Hey, look it. That unground hunk of Hamburger has stopped.
Yeah, just beyond the pond in a small clump of trees.
We're joining them?
Of course, come on.
Why?
Because the land around the pond is muddy.
All right, so the land around the pond is muddy. This fills me with a great joy.
The dog's not moving. He's waiting for us.
Also fills my shoes with mud. Hey, you know what happens to trees when they die?
Yeah, they become telegraph poles.
Stop swiping my jokes. Hey, that dog is going nuts.
With joy.
What has he got to be so happy about? He hasn't even gone near a tree.
He's digging at the ground.
Oh, sure, yeah, that bone he buried last month.
Do you know what we're going to do, Louis?
I got an unhappy idea. We're going to copy the dog and dig.
Right.
I'm already looking for something to dig with. What are we going to dig for? Something the dog lost?
No, something we lost.
Hey, Mr. Templar. Couple of feet more, I'll be in China.
Oh, don't be silly. You can't get to China by digging straight down.
Oh, you can't, huh?
Where you get is Australia.
Nobody ever tells me things like that. Hey,
What is it, Louis?
from where you are, you can't see. But from down here...
Well, I'll come to the edge of the hole. Well, Louis, we've kind of found that corpse all over again.
Look, tell that dog to shut up, will you? I don't feel so good.
Now, I'll give you a hand, Louis. Help you climb out of the hole.
Hey, that sounds like a car backfiring.
Road's too far away. Never mind climbing up here, Louis. I'm going to join you down there.
Hey, what's going on? And I'm not going to like the answer.
Someone is having target practice with us for targets.
Ooh.
I could see a vague figure at the other side of the pond, too dark to identify.
Oh, there goes that hound that walks like a horse. Probably figured it was too crowded down here. Hey, Mr. Templar, I hate to mention this, but if the boy with the gun kind of wanders over here...
Yeah, I realize that. Louis, this grave we're in isn't level. The edge on your side is lower than the one facing the pond, which means you can climb out without being seen. Make for the trees, then for the road, your cab, and a few policemen.
Maybe so, but then what are you going to do?
Stay here. Otherwise, our gun-shooting friend will head for the cab, too.
But while I'm getting help, you are liable to be getting killed.
It's a chance we'll have to take, and believe me, I'm not taking it with any great joy, but we have no alternative. You better hurry.
Okay, Mr. Templar. But look, with the way the taxi business is, be careful. I don't want to have to look for another fare on account of you got shot in the woods.
Coming? Well, it's been a lovely life.
Simon, what on earth are you doing down there?
What on earth? Teddy!
Is it fun down there? Because if it's fun, I'll come right down.
Teddy, stay where you are.
May not be very fancy down here, but it is cozy. Simon, you didn't tell me you weren't alone.
I didn't have a chance to. You better not look at him too long.
Simon, what on earth are you doing down at the bottom of a grave with Mr. Lawton?
He is Mr. Lawton, isn't he?
Well, of course he is. Why do you say it in that funny way?
Because we were supposed to think it was Dan Webster, except that I hadn't thought so, not for a while, and, he was murdered, Teddy.
Did you murder him?
No.
Well, I'm certainly glad to hear that, because you're very handsome. But after all, even handsome fellows shouldn't murder people. What they should do is...
Teddy, Dan Webster, along with Mrs. Lawton, murdered Mr. Lawton.
Well, that's not very surprising, because they did have a crush on each other, and nobody loved Mr. Lawton anyway.
They must have planned to leave town immediately after the murder, but, Teddy, did you happen to notice a dog about, not to mention Dan Webster?
I heard somebody running and a dog barking before I found you.
The dog must have frightened Webster off.
So that's all right.
How did you find me?
I noticed your car outside the Happy Hamburger. I lived down the road a bit and was going home, so I knew you were someplace around. And when I was a little girl, I used to be a Girl Scout.
Because you wanted to learn how to tie knots or build campfires?
No, because I wanted to learn how to track a man. I had a feeling it would come in handy. It has.
Did anybody call for a cab?
Louis. Oh, excuse me, Teddy. Hello, Louis.
Hello, Louis, he says.
I thought you'd gone to town for help.
I figured it would take too long. Figured maybe I could get behind the villain and surprise him. So instead, Mr. Templar, you surprised me. Back to the Hamburger again. We're hungry?
No, except perhaps for justice.
Simon, the Lawton's car is out front. Mrs. Lawton's in it.
Yeah, come on, into the cab.
Over this way.
Be as quiet as you can.
All right, Simon.
Can't see us under the trees here. Turn your ignition on, Louis. Be ready to start the car.
Okay. It's ready.
Webster's coming out of the house, carrying a couple of suitcases. Yeah, he's getting into the car. There they go. Louis.
I know. Follow them.
You may not notice they're being followed.
Supposing they do.
Well, we'll have to chance that.
Okay, but look, I don't mind so much being shot myself. But don't forget, this here cab belongs to the company. I can't afford to get bullets in it. We're coming into Exbrook. What now, Mr. Templar?
Teddy, at this hour of the night, no one would be about, am I right?
It is kind of late.
The police station is where?
The next block.
In that case, catch up with them, Louis, quick.
What, I should have a collision with him?
Preferably a small-sized one. You're a good driver, Louis. Run them off the road.
But the cab...
Never mind that. Hit them as soon as we get opposite the station.
Okay. I only hope it'll show on the meter. We're getting close to him. And here goes.
Nice going, Louis.
Oh, didn't even scratch your fender. Say, weren't those cops polite, which is very unusual, and...
Louis, be still.
Why?
I have to explain things to Teddy here.
From what I heard, she don't need...
Louis.
I shut up.
Please, Simon, tell me.
Well, you see, Teddy, Mrs. Lawton and Webster planned to kill Mr. Lawton and then leave town, figuring no one would ever know.
How did they expect to get away with it?
Actually, their idea of placing the corpse in the trunk compartment of the cab was clever. Normally, the body wouldn't have been discovered for days, and then miles away from Exborough.
But instead, you got a flat and came back.
Very lucky flat, but not for Mrs. Lawton and Webster. She got quite a shock when she saw our smiling faces, but she kept her head and sent Webster out to remove the body from Louis's cab and hide it. The only mistake she made was being too housewifely.
What do you mean?
When Webster returned, her instinctive reaction was to tell him not to track mud on the rug. If he'd been asleep in the house, there shouldn't have been mud on his shoes. Therefore, I concluded he'd been out.
I see.
And when the body was missing, I knew that he'd buried it. The mud also told me the burial place had to be near water.
And Mr. Lawton's dog led you to the burial place, and that's where I found you, Simon.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was.
But, we were kind of interrupted back there, so,
Wow.
Louis!
I'm not hearing a thing or seeing a thing in my rearview mirror.
Louis, we've reached Teddy's place. Stop the car.
Okay.
But, Simon...
My dear, you're very lovely, but you're very young, so I'm afraid this is where the farmer's daughter goes back to the farm.
You've been listening to another transcribed adventure of the Saint, the Robin Hood of modern crime. Now here's our star, Vincent Price.
Ladies and gentlemen, our cast tonight included Louise Erickson, Noreen Gamil, Arthur Q. Bryan, and Dave Light. Larry Dobkin was Louis. This is Vincent Price inviting you to join us again next week at this same time for another exciting adventure of the Saint. Good night.
Tonight's script of The Saint was written by Louis Bitties. The music was composed and conducted by Von Dexter. The Saint, based on characters created by Leslie Charteris, is a James L. Safier production and is directed by Helen Mack. Vincent Price is soon to be seen co-starring in RKO's production of His Kind of Woman. All you Saint fans will be glad to know that the Saint comic books are on sale at all newsstands. Your announcer is Don Stanley. 3 chimes mean good times on NBC. Wednesday marks the return to the air of that delightful couple, Mr. and Mrs. Ronald Colman. As more good times when the Halls of Ivy with Mr. and Mrs. Ronald Colman returns to NBC next Wednesday. Make a date. Hear the Halls of Ivy next Wednesday evening. The chimes are your invitation. Next, it's Sam Spade, then an hour-long drama on Theater Guild on NBC.
It's intermission time at the Baba Ghoulie Show. Time to refresh yourself and visit our snack bar. Got a yen for some hot popcorn? How's about your favorite soft drinks, which are sparkling cold? And there's all kinds of candy to tempt you. It's radio time, folks. Enjoy the rest of the program. This week, guest quacking on the Baba Ghoulie Show, Waddle the Duck. And here's Waddle.
Hey folks, Waddle from Watchwaddle here. Hope you're enjoying today's radio program. And if you're considering getting a new radio to listen to them, why not get one with the newest innovation, the 4-speed record player? Because available now is our newest hits from Watchwaddle Production. Check out me and the gang and our hilarious, zany, and crazy tunes, filled with spoofs, gags, and jokes. Available in our playlist collection. Check them out for some cheap laughs and running gags. Whoa! And when we say running gags, we ain't kidding, brother!
Screwy Forrest's Watchwaddle Cartoons. Available on Channel Watchwaddle. The Baba Ghoulie Show is brought to you by OTR Halloween Holidays.
The Adventures of the Saint, starring Vincent Price. The Saint, based on characters created by Leslie Charteris and known to millions from books, magazines, and motion pictures. The Robin Hood of modern crime now comes to radio, starring Hollywood's brilliant and talented actor Vincent Price as the Saint.
Good evening, sir, Welcome to the Bachelor's Friend.
I beg your pardon?
I said welcome to the Bachelor's Friend.
Oh, well, I'm sure you'd make a very nice bachelor's friend, but all I had in mind was a loaf of bread.
The name of his bakery is the Bachelor's Friend. It was Mr. Vanderpoor's idea.
With a name like that, I suppose he was fated to be whimsical. However, what is it, have I said anything?
What's your name?
Simon Templer, but is anything wrong?
No.
That car that just stopped
There's
outside.
nothing wrong, honest. Here,
Oh, what's that?
your cake.
My cake, but I wanted a loaf of bread.
Well, you love that cake. It's just like the kind your mother used to bake.
My mother used to bake terrible cakes. Battleships used them for anchors.
Hello, Peggy.
Hello, Mr. Gregg.
Morton, say hello to Peggy.
Sure, Mr. Gregg. Hello, Peggy.
Hello.
Your customer is leaving, Peggy.
Oh, yes. Yes, of course he is. He's
Just a
leaving.
moment now. I might like it here.
The customer's leaving, Morton. Like you say, Mr. Gregg, he's on his way right now.
Well, I feel terribly self-conscious being talked about like... a revolver, Morton?
A revolver.
Loaded?
Loaded.
You're quite convinced I'm leaving?
You heard what Mr. Gregg said?
I should hate to make a liar of Mr. Gregg.
You won't, and keep on living.
Then I won't. I like living. Good night, everyone.
Morton? Hey, yeah, Mr. Gregg?
He seems like a nice chap.
He does?
One of the finest.
I think perhaps we owe him a ride.
You needn't bother. I get car sick.
See that he takes a cab, Morton. Give the driver his instructions. Have him take our friend here for a long drive to the ocean. Yeah, Mr. Gregg. It's a beautiful night. He'll enjoy his drive. Come on, mister.
Coming.
Don't forget your cake.
My cake? Oh, yes. Thank you, Peggy. Good night.
Good night, sir.
Mister.
Yes?
I wouldn't toy with no Boy Scout ideas about doing a good deed if I was you.
Nature Lovers of America was my outfit.
Just forget all about that blonde back in the store.
Well, I'll try, but I can't promise. She was so... Oh, you know what I mean, Morton.
Yeah.
And then you're a cad.
Hey, taxi.
Oh, how convenient.
Get in.
Thank you.
Hey, cowboy.
Me?
Yeah, you.
My name happens to be Benny, not Cowboy.
So it's Benny. The gent in the back seat is going for a long drive to the ocean.
He likes fish.
Oh, shut up. A long drive, see?
Him?
Yeah, him.
So he's going for a long drive. It's all right with
You
me.
better be sure he don't change his mind and come right back here. Otherwise, there'll be one dead gent and also one dead jitney jockey.
Me?
Yeah, you. Now get out of here and fast.
I've been gone an hour. Benny.
No.
I don't know if I should talk to you. Oh, well, don't talk to me. Listen. We're not going for that drive.
Heard what the fellow with the cannon said,
but
what's more important, I heard what he said. We're going for a drive to the ocean.
Oh, but Peggy, the girl back at the bakery, she's in danger. We've got to help her.
I don't like girls. Horses I like better.
Well, how would you like a broken arm?
Right or left?
Both.
I wouldn't, but that lug has got a gun.
I'm closer to you than he is.
Okay, we're going back.
The bachelor's friend. And me a married man. Hey, the joint's down. Yes, and we've been gone only a few minutes. You better come with me.
Sure. What have I got to lose?
Whoops, my life. The store's dark, all right, and the door's locked.
Now, you see, everybody went home. We ought to go home, too. You're home. My wife don't like you.
There's something wrong. I can't see a thing in fact. Hey, that was Peggy.
Got a nice voice, but I think she was off key.
There may be another entrance.
Backfiring. That's all. Backfiring. The bread is backfiring.
There are people inside. We've got to get in.
Me, I think a nice long drive to the ocean would be nice. Hey, what are you dragging the handkerchief out for? You going to sneeze?
No, I'm going to wrap it around my fist and smash the glass next door.
Must be a law against that.
And I've just repealed it now to reach in and... Yep. Still dark here. Back room, perhaps, huh?
There's a light shining along the floor over there.
Yeah, that's it then.
Hey, wait a minute. Look, before you open that door, you've been bulletproof lately?
No.
Joint's empty.
It's a small room. Window probably overlooks an alley. Yeah, the alley's empty, too.
You see, like I told you, everybody went bye-bye, and it's... Miss, what are you staring at?
Behind this desk? Look for yourself, John.
My name is Benny, and like I said... Oh, one of the little playmates, the lug. He got tired and lay down.
No, you haven't looked closely enough, Benny. He's lying down all right, but not because he's tired. He's dead.
Okay, so I phoned the cops like you said. They'll be very glad to drop in right away.
Good.
Find out anything?
Morton's dead. The others must have ducked out the back window. Well, there's nothing more to be discovered here, therefore...
Wait a minute, are you leaving?
I'm afraid I am.
Yeah, but the cops are not going to be happy about that.
Well, they don't like me anyway.
My wife don't like me. That don't mean I can walk out on her.
Yes, but you see, you married your wife. I didn't marry the police.
You got something there.
Yes, good night. And give the police my love.
Good night. Sure, I'll give it. Wait a minute, love from whom?
Hello, Mr. Templar.
Well, of course, it may be an optical illusion.
Hello,
but
Simon.
all optics should have such illusions. Hello, Peggy.
I'm here.
Yes, so I noticed. Should you be here in my apartment?
Why not?
The explanation could lead to trouble.
Frightened.
Very warm for January, isn't it?
Is it?
Very warm for January. What brings you here?
Well, it's a very nice apartment.
No etchings, though.
Who cares?
Etchers? Peggy, how did you get in here?
The janitor let me in.
He did? Why?
I told him I was your sister.
I've already told him I'm an only child.
Then he's probably very confused by me.
No, he's merely having low thoughts. As a matter of fact, I might be having low thoughts, too. Except that I'm the high-minded type. What happened to your little friend?
Mr. Gregg and Morton, I don't know. They got into a terrible argument.
And you detest arguments.
Uh-huh. So I went out the back way and came right here.
Well, you shouldn't have. You missed something.
I did?
Definitely.
What did I miss, Simon?
The end of the argument. Morton lost.
Oh?
The hard way. He was shot.
Simon.
Not by me. He was shot dead.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Why? Did you shoot him?
Of course not, but you see, Mr. Gregg and Morton were fighting over me.
Were they?
You sound as if you don't believe me. Don't you think I'm worth fighting over?
Oh, yes, I do.
Then why are you backing away from me?
Well, we mustn't forget that we're brother and sister.
Simon, that's silly.
And besides, you might not be safe.
Well, what does that mean?
If Gregg and Morton were fighting over you, then obviously both of them believed you were worth fighting over. And at the moment, Morton is dead.
That frightens?
It terrifies me.
Are you a man or are you a mouse?
Well, I like cheese.
Well, then suppose we forget the whole thing. I just made a mistake about you. Which reminds me, I made another mistake.
Which one?
That cake I gave you, it didn't belong to you.
I didn't ask for it.
I know, but I was a little confused. And I want the cake, please.
The cake? Oh, yeah. What's the cake?
Simon, are you stalling?
No, I'm trying to remember what happened to it.
Simon, you don't have the cake with you?
Oh, you can search me, but I warn you, I'm pictured.
Simon, what happened to that cake?
I must have forgotten it in the cab.
In the cab? Simon, what kind of a cab was it?
The kind with a meter.
Oh, you... I'm going.
The temperature's dropped badly. Goodbye, Peggy.
I hope the janitor tells your wife about your sister, and I hope your wife knows you don't have a sister.
I don't have a wife, either.
Ooh, I hate you.
Hello, Peggy.
Mr. Gregg.
You're not leaving.
Well,
You're not. Come on, get back inside.
All right.
Mr. Gregg, you're no gentleman.
I beg your pardon?
You're pointed.
His revolver. Yes, I am.
Is that the one with which you shot Morton?
As it happens, I didn't. What's Peggy doing in your apartment?
Nothing important. You see, she's my sister.
Who are you?
Her brother.
Peggy?
His name's Simon Templar.
Templar? Saint?
Well, not really. It's only that my etchings are at the cleaner.
Sit down.
Thank you, but I...
Sit down.
If you insist. The couch?
The couch.
All right. But you won't mind if I remove the cushion. I hate cushions. Therefore, have one on me. I'm so sorry the cushion hit you in the face. Perhaps I can do even better with this. Ooh. My hand hurts.
Simon, what a beautiful right to the jaw.
Thank you. I don't like to do it very often. It's so hard on the hands, but... Well, I'd better get his gun.
I had this lamp all picked out to hit him with, Simon, so thanks for bending over.
two-headed boy. Meet Peggy and see John Hopkins from the bottom.
was ringing, I was ringing, and I was ringing.
Stop it. I already got a ringing in my head, both my heads.
So I came in because I was ringing.
I know,
and
ringing.
Nobody was answering, and nobody was answering.
Neither of my heads were answering, that's true, but why did you come here in the first place?
Well, I am the Annabelle.
I wondered how long it would be before you identified yourself.
Mr. Templar, you know me.
Not in my present condition.
You're the one who's telling me how you're an only child.
So you started wondering about my sister.
Yeah.
I beg your pardon?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose that's true, too, but she's gone.
Who?
My sister. Never mind, Peggy.
Is so?
Is so.
Oh. It's too bad.
It's not so bad.
No?
Maybe, perhaps you'd better run along, and the next time she shows up, I'll introduce
That
you.
is not why I am coming here.
Pardon my digression, but why are you coming here?
Why are you making bang-bang from this apartment?
Bang? Bang? You mean...
like people are shooting people.
That's silly. Lots of people hitting lots of other people on the jaw and on the head and so on.
But you are holding in your hand...
Oh, yes. I just got around to noticing it. A revolver.
A revolver makes bang-bang.
True. Well, perhaps we'd better get into the living room and... that's 20 carats. Peggy wears it, not me.
But I am smelling something else.
Yeah, gunpowder. Meaning someone's recently fired a gun here and... Oh, good Lord. Look.
Yeah?
It's Greg on the rug.
He is why I hear bang-bang.
How true. 2 bullets in his chest. He's dead.
You shoot him?
Oh, thanks for the question mark at the end of that. No, I didn't. I was knocked out. Greg was shot, and then the revolver was put in my hand. Eventually, I suppose the police were supposed to arrive, find Greg dead, the murder weapon crawling with my fingerprints, and...
It's bad, yeah?
It's not good, yeah. Disturbing.
What you do now?
I don't know. Except, of course, Peggy wanted to know who the cab driver was.
What cab driver?
The one who took the cake.
Mr. Templar, I don't...
the police. I had better not bother them.
What you going to do?
I'll find a murderer for them before they decide they've found one in me.
Well, here you are, Red Devil Cab Company. That's what you wanted, huh?
That's what I wanted. Here you are. Don't buy any yacht.
Oh, why should I? I already got one. Yeah? What can I do for you?
Are you in charge here of the garage and cab fleet?
Well, you could say that. Is that what you're looking for?
Well, actually, I'm looking for Benny, one of your cab drivers.
Benny what?
Just Benny.
Oh, him? Get out of here, mister.
Oh, I'm not joking. The license plate number of the cab he was driving was X4376.
No gags?
No gags.
Hold on a second, I'll check.
Oh, thank you.
X4343. Yeah, Benny Scott.
Is he in the garage now?
No, he's out of his cab.
Is he due in soon?
Yeah, his tour's over.
Then he's overdue.
Oh, you can't say that. He might have got a fare out to the suburbs or something.
Oh, someplace. Would you mind if I waited for him?
Hey, what's he done?
Oh, it's not what he's done that's important. It's what may be done to him. I've been here for more than an hour.
Yeah, Benny isn't usually this late, but... Oh, excuse me. Red Devil Cab Company, Grogan speaking. What? One of our cabs is parked in front of your driveway. Well, lady, you just tell the driver to... Huh? No driver in it? Lady, that's impossible. All right, so you live on Ocean Drive Avenue. I know it's a very nice neighborhood, so maybe number 536 is unusual nice, but... Lady, our drivers don't leave their cabs in front of driveways. It's a company rule. Good night. But how do you like that? Hey, maybe...
Benny, yeah, I've already thought of that. 536 Ocean Drive Avenue. Well, I'll go right out there, but... Oh, Grogan, could you tell me where I might be able to get a cab? .500 block and... yes. Stop now. Benny's cab is here. Yeah, it looks empty. Hey, driver, hang around for a while, will you?
Okay, mister.
All right, thanks. There's no one... Oh, in the back of the cab. Hey, Benny.
It's a lie.
Well, what is?
I didn't touch a drop. Furthermore, I never drink, and besides, you... Hey, you ain't my wife?
No.
Then who hit me in the head?
A friend of yours, perhaps.
Oh, no, my friends don't go around hitting me on the head. I know it's too soft. Wait a minute. Where's the blonde?
Well, I don't have her on me.
I'm beginning to remember now. She hailed a cab, got in, and then she started asking me about some cake.
Dear Peggy.
Told me to pull over to the curb. She kept talking about cake, and then she hit me on the head. And I don't even like cake. Mr. Templar, I don't get it.
No, but Peggy did.
Huh?
I meant the cake.
What's with the cake? Me, I'm strictly the rye bread type.
And Peggy, remembering her figure...
Oh, let us remember this for a while,
is strictly a rye crisp type. Therefore...
You're home.
She didn't want the cake to eat.
Why not?
Because you can't have your cake and eat it.
Is that supposed to mean something?
Not to you. Here, Benny. And don't buy it.
Thanks, I already got a yacht.
How did you know what I was going...
I listened to the radio, too. Good evening, Mr. Templar.
What? Oh, well, do you spend much of your time lurking in vestibules?
Loads. I'm crazy about vestibules.
Well, that's nice. I'll lead you to this one.
Just a moment. That's not my elbow in your rib.
Now, don't tell me. Let me guess. It's your tibia maxima?
It's a revolver. It makes a loud noise, and it fires bullets.
Oh?
You wouldn't be happy if I shot you. Neither would I.
Well, why not take the gun out of my ribs and make us both delirious with joy?
I shall, as soon as I have my cake.
Your cake?
I am Hector Vanderpoor.
Hector... Oh, the owner of the Bachelor's Friend Bakery.
How cunning of you to remember.
Well, I don't have your cake.
You might be fibbing.
I never fib. It's not cricket.
Neither is murder. But I shall murder you unless... in your apartment, if you please.
Well, of course. Here's the foyer and
the living room.
Now, see? There's no one here.
Where are they?
Who?
We're being very naive, aren't we? The diamonds, my friend.
The diamonds?
The lovely white diamonds dear Peggy gave you.
Dear Peggy must have forgotten.
Oh, no. She gave you the cake.
So she did?
The diamonds, I'm pretending you don't know, were in that cake.
But why? Do diamonds make a cake taste better?
Where are they?
You're rapidly losing your whimsy, you know. Why are you so interested?
I arranged their theft, my good man, at great inconvenience to myself and with considerable effort. I don't intend to give them up.
Well, how did they get into that cake?
Peggy. It would appear she decided to double-cross me. Therefore, she hid the diamonds in the cake and slipped the cake to you right under Greg's and Morton's nose.
They each had a nose to themselves.
I find I'm tiring of wit. I'm beginning not to be amused.
Nor amusing.
Therefore, you will either hand over the diamonds at once or...
Or else?
Die.
But I...
Get over to the side, Templar, near the window.
Well, I've already seen the
Get
view.
over.
Well, if you insist.
That gets you out of the way. Now, then...
You're heading for my bedroom.
No, only the door.
Oh,
Dear Peggy, won't you please join us?
well, I was only...
She was only being a sister to me.
Simon, I came back to visit him, and I'm afraid I'll...
You're here because you're obviously working with Templar.
Well, that's nice work if I can get it, but...
Greg and Morton are both dead. I shall miss them, Peggy.
Well, I had nothing to do with...
I shall miss them, but I won't miss you. Where are the diamonds?
I don't know.
You have perhaps a few seconds left of life.
All right, I'll give them to you. They're here in my bag.
Get your hand out of that bag.
But the diamonds are
I
here.
told you.
Opportunity knocks, according to proverb. But what? Which takes care of Mr. Vanderpool. Peggy?
Oh, you shot me, Simon.
Oh.
I think I'm going to...
Living room's cluttered with bodies. I must say Peggy's nicer, but... flesh wound. I think everybody's going to live for a while. You're becoming too Vanderpool. First the revolver, yes, and then a helping hand, and you're on your feet again.
You...
I probably am, and I certainly did. However, I have the gun now.
You're going to kill me, aren't you?
Why should I?
Because then you and Peggy can keep the diamonds.
You forget the corpses, don't you, Mr. Gregg and Morton? The police are going to want a murderer for them.
Well, Peggy killed them, so...
You forget I'm being a brother to Peggy.
Look, will you please get it over with?
Now, don't rush me. You, Gregg, and Morton were jewel thieves. The bakery served as a front. The diamonds in the cake were supposed to be Gregg and Morton's share, right?
Yes, but...
Gregg and Morton are both dead. If you had the jewels, they'd all be yours now, wouldn't they?
Yes, if I had the jewels...
Peggy wasn't supposed to know anything about them. That's why you baked them into that cake.
We both know all that.
No, up until this moment, I didn't know that the jewels had been baked in the cake. Therefore, I shall not kill you.
Well, what did...
Because, you see, the police are going to take care of that. there go the police and Mr. Vanderpoor.
But, Simon, I just don't...
Oh, Peggy, you're adorable. You're a liar, and I don't mind explaining. Vanderpoor killed Greg and Morton. How did I know? Now you're supposed to say yes, Simon. How did you know?
Yes, Simon, how did you know?
And I'm glad you asked me. I knew because Vanderpoor showed up at this apartment. Now, how did he know about it? Greg and Morton had followed you from the bakery. You knew about it because I told you my name.
Yes.
But Vanderpoor had no way of knowing unless secretly he was at the bakery at the time of Morton's death and here when Greg was killed.
Oh, and his motive was to keep all the jewels to himself.
True. You know, I'm hungry. Would you mind getting that cake now?
But,
where'd you hide it? In the bread box in the kitchen?
Yes,
Thank you, my love. You know, you may be under the impression that you're a crook, but you're not.
Huh?
Vanderpoor knew, if you remember, that the jewels weren't in your bag before you opened it. How? Simple. He knew you didn't have the jewels. How did he know that? Simple again. He hadn't put the jewels in the cake at all.
What?
His double cross had started before your attempt at hijacking. So there are no jewels in the apartment, Peggy.
I guess I'm not a good cook after all. Okay, I'll get the cake and we can eat it.
The important question now being, is the cake any good?
Now, here's our star, Vincent Price.
Ladies and gentlemen, our friend Peggy might have done better had she chosen her friends more carefully. As a matter of fact, she might have chosen her cake more carefully, too, had she heeded the words of Margaret E. Sangster, who said, "Oh, cakes and friends we should choose with care. Not always the finest cake that's there is the best to eat, and the plainest friend is sometimes the finest one in the end." This is Vincent Price inviting you to join us again next week at this same time for another exciting adventure of the Saint. Good night.
Written by Louis Cities. Our cast included Betty Lou Gerson, Peter Leeds, Dan O'Hurley, Larry Dobkin, and Ted Bonnell. The music was composed and conducted by Harry Zimmerman. The Saint, based on characters created by Leslie Charteris, is a James L. Safier production and is directed by Thomas A. McAvity. Vincent Price is soon to be seen in Robert Lippert's production of The Baron of Arizona. All you Saint fans will be glad to know that the Saint comic books are on sale at all newsstands. Your announcer, Merrill Rudd. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
Thanks for watching the Baba Ghoulie Show by OTR Halloween Holidays. This is Waddle the Duck saying check out Channel Watchwaddle for some fun cartoons with no static.
Ah!